Good day, everyone. Today I will be presenting the topic 1, Introduction to Advanced Power Electronics. This topic serves as the foundation of our course because it introduces the principles behind electrical energy conversions and explains why power electronics has become one of the most important disciplines in modern electrical engineering. So today we will examine how electrical energy is efficiently converted and controlled, the semiconductor devices responsible for those conversions, and that the technologies driving renewable energy system, electric vehicles, industrial automations, and smart grids. So before discussing converters and switching devices, let us first look at what we are expected to learn from this presentation. So at the end of this discussion, we should be able to define power electronics, explain the basic principles of energy conversions, identify the major components of power electronic systems, discuss efficiency and power losses, recognize practical applications, and appreciate current and research trends. Since this is a master's or graduate level course, our goal is not simply to just memorize concepts, but also to understand how these principles are applied in real world, in real engineering systems, and how they influence future logical, technological developments. So now that we know our learning objective, so let us begin by answering the most fundamental question. So, what exactly is power electronics? So, power electronics is the branch of electrical engineering concerned with the conversion, control, and conditioning of electrical power using semiconductor switching devices. So unlike traditional electromechanical systems, modern power electronic converters use semiconductor devices capable of switching at very high speeds while maintaining relatively low power losses. So this allows engineers to precisely regulate voltage, current, frequency, and the power according to the requirements of different loads. So, and next is the objective of every power electronic system is to transfer energy from the source to the load with maximum efficiency, reliability, and also controllability. So, having defined power electronics, there's a next question. So, where do we encounter it in every day in engineering applications? Where? So power electronics serves as the interface between energy generation, transmissions, distributions, and utilization. So in fact, studies estimate that more than 60% of generated electrical energy passes through at least one power electronic converter before reaching the end user. So that's a lot. So consider upon a solar PV system. So a solar panels generate DC electricity. So while the utility grid operates on AC. So a power electronic inverter performs this conversion. So likewise, electric vehicle battery supplies DC power, but the traction motor requires variable frequency AC, which is again provided by the inverter. So these examples demonstrate that power electronics is no longer optional. So it is an essential enabling our technology across numerous industries, a lot of industries. So it's widespread use today. So the result of more than a century of technological advancement. So that brings us to its historical development. So the evolution of power electronics closely follows the developmental of semiconductor technology. So early systems relied on mercury arc rectifiers, which were eventually replaced by the silicon controlled rectifier, or the SCR, in 1957. This innovation revolutionized controlled power conversion. So later developments, it introduced power BJTs, MOSFETs, IGBTs, so each improving switching speeds, efficiency, and also voltage capability. But today, a wide band gap from semiconductor devices such as silicon carbide, the SiC, and the gallium nitride, the GaN or GaN, represents the latest generations of power devices, enabling higher switching frequencies and improved frequency. These devices exist for one primary reason: to perform efficient energy conversion. So let us now examine the different forms of electrical energy conversions. So electrical energy rarely exists in the exact form required by a load. So therefore, one of the main functions of power electronics is to convert electrical energy into the desired voltage, current, frequency, or waveform. So depending on the application, this conversion may involve AC to DC through a rectifier, DC to AC using an inverter, DC to DC through a chopper, or DC converter, or AC to AC using an AC controller or a cycloconverter. So for a familiar example, uh, a laptop charger, so which converts a household AC voltage into a low voltage DC. So similarly, variable frequency drives, or VFD, excuse me, modify fixed frequency AC into variable frequency AC to a motor speed control. So now that we understand the conversion process, let us identify the major components that make a complete power electronic system function effectively. So every power electronic system consists of several essential components: the power source, the power converter, the controller, sensor, and also the load. So the controller, often implemented using digital signal processor, microcontroller, or FPGA. So continuously monitors feedback signals such as voltage, current, temperature, and speed. So based on this information, it generates switching commands that regulate the converter's operation. So if you see this closed loop feedback mechanism, it enables the system to maintain stable and efficient operation even when operating conditions change. So the effectiveness of this entire system depends heavily on one critical element, that is the semiconductor switching devices that are used within the converter. So different semiconductor devices are selected depending on the voltage level, current rating, switching frequency, efficiency requirements, and also the cost. Power diodes provide uncontrolled conductions. SCRs are widely used for high power controlled applications. MOSFETs excel in high frequency switching, while IGBTs combine high voltage capability with efficient switching performance. More recently, the silicon carbide and the gallium nitride devices have significantly improved converter efficiency and also power density, so making them ideal for modern renewable energy systems and also electrical vehicles. So although selecting the proper semiconductor device is very important, yeah, another equally critical objective is minimizing the power losses and maximizing efficiency. So one of the most important performance, again, one of the most important for performance indicators of any power electronic converter is its efficiency, which is the ratio of output power to input power. So power losses mainly originate from conduction losses, switching losses, magnetic losses, and also thermal losses. Even small improvements in efficiency can have a substantial economic impact, particularly in high power industrial application. So for example, we have increasing efficiency from 95% to 97% in let's say 100 kilowatt converter reduce. So converter reduces power losses by nearly 40%, so resulting in lower cooling requirements, improve reliability, and reduce operating costs. So since these losses are converted into heat, so effective thermal management becomes essential. So it is very important. Okay? Because heat is one of the primary factors limiting the lifespan of semiconductor devices. So excessive junction temperatures accelerate material degradation and maybe eventually lead to a device failure. So to address this, a lot of engineers employ, or most of the engineers employ heat sink. It is needed. Cooling fans, liquid cooling system, thermal interface materials, and temperature monitoring circuits to maintain safe operating temperatures. So proper thermal management not only improves reliability but also allows converters to operate at higher power densities. So now that we understand how converters are designed for efficiency and reliability, so let's examine some of their most important real-world applications. So renewable energy systems rely heavily on power electronics because energy generated from sources such as solar panels and wind turbines is naturally variable. So power electronic converters regulate voltage, implement maximum power point tracking or MMPT, synchronize with the utility grid, and maintain the stable system operation despite of changing environmental conditions. So without the power electronics, large-scale renewable energy integration into modern power system would not be practical. So another industry that depends extensively on this technology is electric transportation. So one of that is electric vehicles. So it contains several power electronics converters operating simultaneously. So the traction inverter converts the battery DC power into a variable frequency AC for motor control. So the onboard charger converts the AC grid power into the DC for battery charging. Okay. So while the DC to DC converter supplies lower voltage auxiliary systems. So together, these converters maximize vehicle efficiency, improve battery utilization, and enhance driving performance. So as the electronic vehicles technology continues to evolve, so do the semiconductor devices that power these converters. So two of the most significant technological advancement in modern power electronics are the silicon carbide and also the gallium nitride that we discussed earlier. These are the semiconductor devices. So the silicon carbide devices offer high voltage capability, lower switching losses, and a better temperature performance, making them ideal for industrial drives and electronic vehicles. While the gallium nitride device switch at much higher frequencies, allowing converters to become smaller, lighter, and more efficient, particularly in compact charger and communication power supplies. So beyond the hardware innovation, researchers are now integrating intelligent control techniques into power electronic systems. So for future research, or even though it's occurring in power electronics, increasingly combines electrical engineering with artificial intelligence or the AI, advanced communication system, and the digital control technologies. So current research includes AI-based converter control, predictive maintenance using machine learning, wireless power transfer, the solid state transformers, digital power electronics, and the smart grid integration. So these developments aim to improve the converter efficiency, reliability automation, and overall energy management. So having explored both current technologies and future research directions, so let us summarize the key ideas discussed today. So to summarize, power electronics plays a central role in modern energy conversion and control. So the semiconductor devices enable efficient power processing, while enables or advancements in converter design to continue to improve system performance and reliability. So we have seen how power electronics supports renewable energy systems, electric vehicles, industrial automation, and smart electrical grids. So looking ahead, technologies such as SiC or the GaN, AI, and digital control will continue to shape the future of electrical engineering. Understanding these concepts provides a strong foundation for the more advanced converter topologies and control techniques and that we'll study throughout this course. So finally, I would like to acknowledge the reference used in preparing this presentation. The reference listed here are the primary textbooks and course materials used in preparing this presentation. So these are widely used in our graduate level presentation. And also power electronics and provide detailed discussion using these materials about semiconductors. So that's it. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.